We all know the fantasy, the six matching numbers, the sudden millions, the permanent escape from financial stress. But for most, the reality of a massive jackpot is a countdown to financial ruin. Economists from the American Economic Association tracked the long-term financial outcomes of thousands of lottery players, comparing winners to those who won nothing. This chart tracks financial stability. Winning $50,000 to $150,000 cuts the rate of bankruptcy in half for the first 2 years, but spikes back up at the 3-year mark. Look closely at this 3 to 5 year window. The windfall provides a temporary reprieve, merely delaying an inevitable financial collapse rather than preventing it. A sudden cash influx masks poor financial habits, but the underlying behavioral disease remains untreated. The moment that massive jackpot clears, a profound psychological shift takes place. The winner feels invincible, and the spending begins instantly. In personal finance, a liability is defined as anything that continuously drains money from your pocket. Instead of paying off old debts, winners scale up their liabilities. They purchase sprawling mansions and fleets of exotic luxury vehicles. What they don't account for are the relentless carrying costs. A $10 million home demands property taxes, massive insurance premiums, and daily upkeep siphoning thousands monthly. This instant lifestyle inflation transforms the jackpot into a rapidly draining reservoir. The countdown to zero has officially begun. The first thief is entirely internal. Psychologists call it sudden wealth syndrome, a condition where unexpected fortune triggers profound guilt, intense paranoia, and a complete loss of identity. Overwhelmed by anxiety and lacking foundational financial literacy, many winners try to self-soothe the only way they know how, by spending money. This triggers a behavioral chain reaction known as the Diderot effect. It's a phenomenon where acquiring one new possession makes all of your existing possessions feel hopelessly inadequate. You buy a brand new Ferrari, but the standard driveway feels wrong, so you build a custom garage. Then the house looks outdated, necessitating a total remodel. Psychological distress directly fuels this relentless cycle of consumption, ensuring the money flows out far faster than it could ever be replenished. Then comes the external pressure. When a winner's identity goes public, they face a staggering loss of privacy, bombarded by relentless demands for loans, gifts, and investments from family members and strangers alike. The impact of this exposure extends well beyond the winner's own household. A study by the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia tracked the surprising financial toll on their immediate communities. This neighborhood map reveals a core finding: bankruptcies directly increase among neighbors living next door to a winner. Driven by conspicuous consumption, neighbors try to keep up, over-leveraging themselves with debt to match spending they cannot afford. Failing to maintain anonymity collapses a winner's personal boundaries while simultaneously triggering a contagious economic crisis that infects their entire community. Eventually, the entire 5-year timeline runs out. The initial jackpot, drained by liabilities, emotional spending, and social pressure, is completely exhausted. When the American Economic Association looked at winners who eventually filed for bankruptcy, they noticed a glaring detail. Almost none of these winners used their windfall to pay down their pre-existing unsecured debts. Now, the winner is trapped in the aftermath. They have no jackpot left, but still face the compounding carrying costs of a hyper-inflated lifestyle, forced to support it using only their original pre-lottery income. Without financial discipline, unmanaged cash acts as a massive amplifier for pre-existing bad habits, rather than creating true wealth. Certified financial planners argue that surviving a windfall starts with defense. Claiming winnings anonymously provides an immediate, impenetrable barrier against social pressure. Next, professionals use a bucket strategy. They strictly compartmentalize the funds into distinct accounts, one for immediate spending, one shielded by trusts for legal protection, and one locked away for long-term investing. That investing bucket is used to buy true assets. Unlike a liability, an asset is something like real estate or stocks that generates continuous, passive cash flow directly into your pocket. Survival requires a pivot in strategy. Stop asking, "What can I buy?" and start asking, "How can I acquire income-producing assets?" Acquiring a massive fortune overnight is a matter of luck.